if it's coming off that way via email, you're doing something very, very wrong. Because people can be like that in person, but if that's the impression I'm getting just from never even looking at your face and reading an email, that's like a red flag to me.
Hey, it's Mike here with the Songwriting for Guitar podcast, episode 129, Why Music Supervisors Ignore You. Now, in this episode, we got a returning guest, my friend and music supervisor, Jess Gramuglia, here, and she's going to dive into some of the cringiest things people do. Because yes, we want to understand how do we reach out to music supervisors, but we also have to be aware of the slew of things that they don't like, the things that people are doing consistently that on their radar, they're like, that's a huge red flag for me. So if you want to gain traction in the sync world, this is something that you've got to watch. We're in an age where everybody's using ChatGPT, Claude, which again, I think are great. I have no issues with them. I see them as tools. Now, the problem is they're sending you these gigantic, unnecessary, cluttered, bulky emails that make no sense. So this is not about ethical AI use. This is just right now, just calling it what it is. It's just, they're kind of sending you shit that doesn't really matter. And it's bogging down your day. And what I find interesting is just get clear on what you're trying to send. And so this episode, I want to dive through some of the, without naming names and people, just like, what are some of the most worst things that you've gotten that have just struck you the wrong way when you read that email? Because we're all looking to make that first impression.
Yeah.
What is that first thing?
I mean, the thing that probably makes me the most upset is, and I call these emails that when you read it, it makes you go, I'm great. Thanks for asking. Because they don't even acknowledge that you're like a person. But it's when they demand your time and then they follow up really quickly, like in a day or two, demanding your time, like trying to get you to schedule meetings, trying to get information from you. And this is not just email, this is social media where they're demanding your time, demanding your contact information. And I'm like, who are you? Why would I meet with you? I don't know you. You know?
Especially on social media, that has to be weird because that feels to me like, why on this, like, if a friend did that to me, I'd be like, dude, calm down. I will message you in a bit.
Yeah. And I'm bad at texting too. So I'm like, the fact that they're choosing me of all people, I don't know if they do this with a lot of people, but they choose me to like aggressively get upset when I don't answer them immediately, where I'm like, I have so many unwritten texts and calls and messages. I'll just every once in a while will go, look, it's like and when I'm going to answer my friends and like real people, not strangers demanding stuff from me when I owe them nothing. And they're doing it in a rude way. Especially in my free time, like you're writing on my personal Instagram on it's my free time. I don't want to talk about work and music. Like I'll get to it. I try to answer everyone who treats me like a human, like I love meeting new people and engaging and I love sharing information, but this is not a sharing information thing. This is the information they're asking for is like more of my direct personal contact information because they want me to pay them money because they think they'll be rich if I license their song and famous and stuff. And like, they'll send me calendar links to like schedule time with them. And I'm like, who are you? What? And they get upset and they act like we had something planned and I'm dropping the ball. And I'm like, I don't know you.
What? That is outrageous. Like it's so really the first, like the bit of that I take away is number one, they're never asking you, hey, how are you? It's so good. It's always just like straight into them. Like, let me tell you about me and how much my music is going to revolutionize how you work. It's so good. I'm the latest hot thing. And it's like, you're not, you're not. And also too, the form in which they're communicating with you matters. They're saying like, hey, on your personal Instagram, where it's just like, this is where I'm here to look at cute cat dog videos. And like, you're sending me all the shit. So it's like where they're sending it, how they approach it's like already they're setting like, it's already off to a terrible start. It's like, you're not really succeeding already.
I bucket those as I'm great. Thanks for asking. kind of outreach where I'm just like,
Oh,
"That's what
I
I want."
love that.
Great,
That
thanks for
I'm
asking.
great, thanks for asking.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
on an email, how much of it sometimes is unnecessary touting themselves? I get it, like, sometimes songwriter there's a little insecurity because 'cause we're reaching out to someone big, and so they may get prompted. Talk about things that you have done, and how much of it is just them making sometimes, more of what is something little. Not to say that accomplishes don't, don't matter, but sometimes making it like
Um,
bigger than
probably
unnecessary.
probably most of it, like, it
Okay.
really when you're writing a cold email to someone that you don't know and they don't know you, I don't need paragraphs, like, I don't know you and I'm not gonna spend my free time when I'm already like, it takes you know how busy we get with
Yeah.
projects. I'm already in the weeds, I'm not gonna read it, so short and sweet, like, "Hi, I don't know you. I liked your work on this. I make this type of music. Here's some like genre keywords. Here's a link to my music or what something that I can go look you up and see who you are. Because what's going to happen is I'm not going to read it because I don't know you and I don't have time. But what I do is I call it like my email Google. I have
Okay.
a folder where I put all the email blasts and then a subfolder in there I have it's titled Who Are You? So, I'll be like, "I don't know you. Who are you?" And I won't read it. I'll mark it as unread because the more I have unread number goes up, it makes me anxious. So, I'll mark it as unread because that doesn't matter if I'm looking through my blast folder, my email Google, it doesn't matter if it's open or not. I'm gonna be looking for keywords. So, you know, if I met them at a conference or they saw me speak at a conference, it's
Yeah.
always good to like reference
Oh, yeah.
that so I have some kind of background on like, oh, this is the I remember doing that. I remember what we talked about. So that's like the gauge of what they're contacting me from the conversation kind of a thing. But yeah, but if it's a cold email, just short and sweet. I don't know you. You don't know me. I'm not going to read paragraphs. I'm not reading a book. I'm not even reading it. Just who are you? How'd you find you like give me like why are you reaching out?
Mhm.
What kind of music do you make? Um, and so give me some genre keywords. If you have a sync rep or something, let me know. If it's one stop, that's great. Let me know. If you have some co-writers, like note the kind of stuff that would be necessary if I'm interested, and then give you the music, and then that's it.
Hey, it's Mike, and I just wanted to jump in the middle of this episode to ask you one question. If I were to grab your phone right now and go to the voice memo section, how many unfinished songs would I find? If you're like most songwriters, there's probably a graveyard of unfinished songs. So, how do we get them finished? It's not learning more chords, it's not learning more techniques, but instead it's finding out the thing that's stopping you from completing. And that's why I love the Songwriter Reset. This is a 2-day event that I do with head coach Maddie Finn, where on Saturday we identify the one thing that's stopping you from finishing songs. Because if you can start to understand that, you finish them. And what happens when you finish more songs? Finished songs lead to better songs. Better songs lead to better opportunities. It leads you to the songwriter that you know you can be. So, Sunday, we give you a 30-day roadmap. That's right. We give you an exact playbook so that it's not just theory or just a whole bunch of fluff or overwhelm, but an actual plan. So, if you're tired of looking at that voice memo section on your phone, just go to songwritingforguitar.com, scroll down, you'll see join the reset, go click it and save your spot.
That's
End
it.
it. It's just like, it's a very clear structure that you're kind of laying out that I understand as songwriters sometimes even in our songwriting, when we distill down songs, to the core in the revisions, we kind of like try to strip away the unnecessary fat. Like, what are
Yeah,
you actually trying to tell me in
yeah,
this chorus? Instead of trying to go a roundabout way of like, well, it's a deeper, well, what are you trying to convey? I want to say this. Cool. Say that.
right.
It seems in
And
your
and
emails,
it's hard.
you're saying, please strip away all of this. Why are you emailing me and who are you?
Yeah. Well, it's the same thing as if you were like trying to promote yourself. And it's another reason why people start to build a team. It's so much harder to do it for yourself than for somebody else. Like it's easier to be short and sweet when you're talking about your friend. You can capture it all in one sentence, you know? But when it's yourself and it's your art on top of that that you're promoting, you have this passion and this drive and you're like, but I want you to understand why this feels so special and why this is so meaningful. And so they tend to like, build it up. But at the end of the day, in the back of their minds, I want them to remember supervisors are really, really busy. We don't know you. You don't know us. If you want me to read it, don't give me a book. Give me something quick. Give me something quick.
And it seems too that overexcitement and passion can come across unintentionally or intentionally sometimes as really pushy and very obsessive and just a little too much.
Yeah.
Like way too much.
Yeah. If it's coming off that way via email, you're doing something very, very wrong. Because people can be like that in person, but if that's the impression I'm getting just from never even looking at your face and reading an email, that's like a red flag to me. Um, just as a person, but also like as a business. And I say that because some people will follow up within days, within like give me at least a month. But again, I don't know you. So what are you asking of me? I'm not
Yeah.
looking for music and I'm only looking for music that is unsolicited. So I'm not going to answer you. There are some people who will say they answer, but I'm a team of me. So I don't have
Yeah.
time to just be like
Yeah.
constantly. I'll go to conferences because that'll be my time to meet a bunch of new people and have a lot of one on one conversations.
And essentially, like when you have interns working for you that are, going throughout the inbox, they're not going to waste their time with an email that they have no idea who it is, why they're doing. They're not even sure if they even know you. So it's just like it's not worth that. And
Yeah.
it seems like you've given a very clear, should I send this? And if there is a structure, number one, say who you are. Also say, hi, it's nice to meet you. Like, I hope you're
Yeah,
doing
make sure you're
well.
emailing the right person because I get a lot of emails that are not to me, talking about work that I never worked on. Or they love this project that like the show has been canceled for 10 years,
And you're
but they
just
love
like,
what I've been doing with it. I'm like,
I
"What?"
love your work on the Andy Griffith show. It was so good. It was like, I like, it's so awesome. And you're just like, geez,
Yeah, it's not like
listen.
it's not like I was a fan of it when it aired kind of a thing. It's like they're talking to me like it's still an
Mhm.
active show that they wanna pitch their music to be on it, and I'm like, "What?" Yeah, and
It
that's just
seems
getting
like there's
worse
so
day
many
after
levels. There's
worse.
so many levels of ill-informed that it's just like, it seems like a scale that we need. Like they're at orange right now. They're like extremely not only just informed. Oh, we're almost at yellow and we're at red. We're at red. It just
Yeah.
seems like we need
Yeah.
something because if you follow what you're saying is, a quick little email which says who you are, nice to meet you. I also saw you at this conference. That'd be super helpful. So there's a context of like, oh, that's right. I did because I meet a lot of people, but that's right. We talked about XYZ. That was, oh, okay. Okay. Yep. This is
Mhm.
good.
Mhm.
Oh, that's awesome. Thank you for including just 4 streamable links. Oh, these are all one stop. Awesome. I'll take a listen. Boom. But if it starts off, hi, nice to meet you. It's really exciting. I got a new project that's coming out. This has been in the works for many years. It started about 3 years ago when I was at the seaside. I thought about the sea and I realized, wouldn't it be great if this was in a TV show? Why I'm reaching out to you is because, and then it's meanwhile,
No.
it's
No.
still, there's no reason. And to me, what you're saying is just like, please whittle it down. And if you can't answer those questions politely, respectfully, and in context, you may want to hold off on that email.
Yeah, you might not be ready yet, and that's okay.
I think that's the tough part for people. That's the tough part because they want to be ready. They want it now. They want it now. And they're like, but I got chat. They wrote up an email. It looks amazing. It looks great. And I prompted, I said, is this good to go? And they were like, yeah, this is good to go. But the music may not be good to go too, because the next part, I don't know if you get this, but sometimes I either get attached email. Number one, I'm not even I do
I
nothing.
hate when they
I
attach.
I don't do anything. I don't place anything. I'm only placing my music. I'm not. They
Yeah.
send attached emails, and if it is something that I want to listen to, I say, number one, I don't accept that. And then I also say, could you send me a streamable link? And sometimes people type in the word Spotify and their artist name. So I've got to copy and paste that shit into like Google. You
Yeah.
assume I will? No, I'm not. I'm not.
No, you want like the easier, like if it's someone like you're writing to someone and you should be assuming they're not going to look at it. So if they actually open it, you're already like halfway there. So then from there, just how can you make it as easy as possible for them to listen to your music? Because even if we don't read anything and we do listen to the music, if the music is good, we're going to want to learn more. Like
Yeah.
if it's good song, I want to hear more. And then I'm going to follow up and ask questions. And that's when the vet check happens. But usually if it's unsolicited, um, that would only happen because I'm looking for a specific type of music in my inbox. Like say it's like
Yeah.
I'm working at 1 a.m. and people aren't going to be answering briefs. So what has been sent to me already? Maybe I
Yeah.
have some new indie stuff that I haven't paid attention to, right? That I filed away. Let
Okay.
me see. That's where the keywords come in, the genres and stuff. Oh my gosh, look, one of those like who are you emails actually sent me something that they're saying sounds like this. Then I listened to it and I'm like, oh, this is actually really good. Then I'm going to go through and stalk them. And if everything starts to check out, then I'm going to actually write to the person, follow up questions, and go from there and kind of get a gauge of what's going on with the business. And then, hopefully, if in a perfect world, I would put them up for a scene, for whatever I was working on. But that's
It's
like not common. That's not common.
That takes a lot of like what you described too. It's like there are very specific scenarios in which it can happen, but you also have to be patient. And it's probably not going to happen with an email that you got like 20, like, hey, did you listen? Did you listen? Did you listen? Did you listen? Hey,
No, but
it's
I will say I can't speak for everyone else. A lot of people will delete those unsolicited
uh,
emails. I save them because I want to see what's going on. And I also, in like understanding the legal side of things so much, like I do not want to do something in the future and have somebody come out of the woodworks where they're like, I sent you this song, blah, 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 blah. I want a record of you sending me unsolicited music. So I can go, nope, I actually didn't. This is the who are you? I don't listen to those. This is filed away so I can protect
yeah,
myself. Like, yeah, you sent me stuff I didn't ask for, and I filed it here because I don't want to look at it. I didn't ask for it. I didn't open it,
I
kind of
didn't
a
ask
thing.
for it and I didn't want to
So I
look at
will
it.
have a record of
Yeah.
the millions of follow up. If they follow up a million times, what I'll do is I'll delete most of them and keep the most recent one. So it's just a thread of
Hmm.
all of their follow ups on follow ups on follow ups. But those are the people that I'm like, that's way too obnoxious. Wouldn't want to work with you anyway. If so, that's a personality flaw, even if the music is good, where I'm going to be like, I would only use your song if the director really wants it and forces me to work with you. I'm not going to go out to you for stuff because that you are too difficult to work with, because that's what it's all about relationships. So,
It's like if this is how we've started, God knows what it's going to be like if
right.
we like
Yeah.
even get.
Yeah. Like we just like working with people that we like. So,
Yeah.
it's just, but I think that because a lot of musicians put so much pressure, they just build it up, and they're the ones putting this pressure on. But at the end of the day, we're just people doing a job who
Hmm.
also love music. And we most of us, majority of us want to get you a placement. So
Yeah.
make it as easy as possible. Be kind. Remember that this is just our day job. Like give me
You have a life.
give
You
me a weekend.
have.
I have a life, I hope, and yeah, so it's just it's weird, but I've been literally on panels where the person who teaches sync stuff is like telling them the wrong ways to reach out to a supervisor while I'm like, they ask me the question, I get talked over by the person doing the event. And then I
Well, I
have to
think
cut.
what you're getting to is a good point is like, I think the amount of information now that's out
It's
there It's so messy right now because it's what is the right way? Well, I heard from so and so is like, it's completely fine. I heard from them, like, you could just be like, I heard from them, you shouldn't. I heard they're only accepting. It's like there's so much because
There's
there's
so
now
much.
new ways to get that. And there's a lot of misinformation that does not, it may result in one or two, but it's not going to be consistent and it's not going to be something that you can build a long-term career off of if you follow that information.
No, I would never. I want to just tell everyone from shout it from the rooftops is that if they want to learn about sync and supervision, especially about supervision, to make sure the person teaching you has actually done the job. There are so many people teaching music supervision specifically who've never even worked in a position, even as a coordinator and assistant, doing music supervision. And yes, pitching is similar to supervision, but again, in the supervisor's role, you are basically a department of music. So you're doing so much more than briefs.
Yeah.
And like clearance is very different when you're working on the production side. And there's so much misinformation now. People, what I'm finding is people who've never done the job are teaching. And then you have other people listen to the teacher who shouldn't be teaching, regurgitating that and selling
It's
too.
yeah.
And they're kind of creating a standard, even down to how songs should be mixed and mastered. They have developed their own, like, well, this is the standard. I go, well, did you talk to a music supervisor? Because we've never heard this before. Like, is the guild involved? Have you checked with the guild of music
It's
supervisors?
interesting because what you're describing there too kind of kind of explains why that huge swath of emails that seem so misinformed, diluted, and also just not clear on purpose and reason is they're getting sometimes regurgitated information from regurgitated information. So it's just like it makes sense that like if we follow the chain that it's coming to this weird result of like I don't know, this like email that makes no sense whatsoever. If you travel to the source, the information doesn't even make sense whatsoever.
Yeah. Yeah. So it's been something I've been passionate about for the last few years because it's getting worse. And the more that I talk to people, I'm just like, what? And I
Yeah.
hate seeing like musicians get taken advantage of, especially in a time like this where the job market is awful. And even in our field, like so many people have been looking for work, like as supervisors and just production people, like
Yeah.
since the pandemic, on top of all the strikes, like it's been wild to see like what's been going on. And then on top, and then you have just greedy people regurgitating information they don't even comprehend just to take money from people who already don't have money.
Yeah.
And the only reason they're trying to pay you money is because you're supposed to be teaching them how to have
Yeah.
results to make money with their art. I don't know. It's just it makes me really upset. So,
Well, to me, it would I would say upset and passionate because if somebody was like, okay, we've talked about bad emails. We've talked about bad things. What's a good email that just hits you where you read it and you're like, "Oh, that's an I like that. I like the form." Now, this is not saying I should say if you then suddenly flood Jess's inbox with the exact same format she's gonna say, what are some or just some things that you were like, "Oh, that was a pleasant surprise." Like, I like that.
um, I feel like every supervisor will have a different opinion because we all
Yeah.
different preferences. What I just like when people acknowledge like I'm me. I'm goofy, and so like say I always tell people like I do answer DMs on Instagram.
Mhm.
Sometimes
You
I
do.
even send voice memos, and I'm like, I love dumb videos, so make me laugh. I love laughing. But then some people will take it to the point where they listen, but they will send me paragraphs and stuff. And I have a few, I feel really bad, but I'm like, I don't know you and I can't keep up. I'm now overwhelmed. Like one video, be silly and like, but don't like throw a chunk of stuff at me.
Here's 40 videos I want you to wa it's
Yeah,
like,
but
that's a
like
little too
mixed with
much.
like chunks of text too. And I'm like, I can't even answer my parents, let alone that. So like, and I feel bad. So it's like finding the middle
Yeah,
ground of learning like learn the personality. So, the problem with ChatGPT and stuff like being tools is it's a tool. It's not supposed to think for you.
yeah.
So if you're trying to curate an email and make it personal, obviously short and sweet, but add something you find out you did some research or you saw me talking and you find out I'm a goofy person. And you throw in something random that's just a
Yeah.
sentence, if not less,
Yeah.
like that'll probably get my attention. But honestly, it's mostly going to be in the subject line. And I don't have
Mm.
the answer of what a good subject line would be because it's like
Yeah.
I just automate. I don't even open the emails. I go, that's like an email blast and I'll check it, mark it unread and swipe it into my draft. So I'm not even
Oh,
opening it.
you.
So for me to see an email from somebody I don't know, it's going to have to be something really creative, but I don't have the answer for that. Mhm.
I like that answer though. I enjoy kind of a little bit of the ambiguity. I also wanted to say ambiguity because I'm like, oh, that's color. I just don't. It's an SAT word that I don't really get to use that much, and I feel like I've got to just every like 12 episodes, I have to throw in one word that makes people go
Right.
like, oh, that was a good word. Um, but what I enjoy is like, again, we want these definites. We want these definites of like, well, what's the perfect subject line that I can use these all the time? Well, there really isn't a perfect subject line. It also comes from, I feel, what you're describing, some experience. Some experience needs to be there where it's like you have to listen to I think that's the hardest bit. You have to listen to the person. You have to listen to how they talk and have they been on stuff like a podcast like this? Have they done some conferences and listen to their words? And then that may mean you may need to be quiet for a bit and just listen to people. And that's hard for some because like we want to share the thing that we want. I just would like to share with you my 4 page. And it's like, no, you may just have to be quiet for a bit and listen to what others
Yeah.
what they some of their stories and things that they've done,
Yeah.
things they don't like. And you may not send something right away. You may actually just stockpile that as info for a little bit and then work on your songs more and then learn more about them. That's
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah.
That's
But
tough.
most of us are all online and I can confidently say that most of us are friendly in answer, like
Yeah.
we want to meet new people. So it really is just finding I don't have the magic touch of getting somebody to answer. Um, usually, at least on Instagram, it's usually just like a silly message. It's not going to be work
Yeah.
related. If we're on Instagram, we don't want to talk about work. It's a break. You know, um, yeah, that's one of the huge disconnects. I feel like that has become common because of the
Okay.
regurgitation too. Is that
Yeah.
sync is a quick buck, and that's where you should focus how to make money. And it's like, no, you should be diversifying your revenue. Look for many ways to make money
Yeah.
with your music. And I always tell people my favorite, I keep saying, I'm sorry. Now I forgot what I was saying. Oh, my favorite story about time and sync not being a
Yeah.
quick buck. I probably told you this one, but I don't know if we talked about it the last time I was on. One of my best friends from college worked at the number one indie music publisher. Like
Yeah.
fucking had Journey, Tom Petty, big songs.
That's amazing.
Um, so I obviously have a bias. I can't like not acknowledge it.
Yeah.
That I would love to use any song from their publisher
Yeah.
because my friend worked there. The first time I actually got to license their a song from anything, it took 10 years. The first time I licensed something from their company.
And
10
you
years. Yeah, so I like to share that because you would think of all the places and all the
yeah.
people I would prioritize something from their catalog. But no, 10 years. And it's not like they were indie, obscure. It
Yeah.
was hits. They had a ton of stuff that I could have used in multiple jobs I've had. 10 years. Yeah.
I feel like so what is it? Like, there's dog years, then there's songwriter years. So 10 years is like at least 4 years. So I feel like, I don't know, Titanic lady, where it's just like, it took 40 years to get here. But it is. So that's an extreme, I think, a huge example too of patience.
Yeah. It is.
Oh,
You're throwing it out there and hoping. That's why it's more about um assuming music's good, right? If the music's not good, then it's irrelevant. All of it's irrelevant. So, assuming your music is good, you should just focus on relationships. That is the bread and butter of our industry. Make relationships. And I'm not talking like, hi, I'm just, what can I get from you? How will you make me money? It's not, it's, hi, I'm just, I'm from New York. I like to laugh at cute dog videos and like fart jokes, What about you? And make an actual relationship with the people so that they remember you and they want you to have opportunities and they put you up for opportunities when they're looking for stuff.
All of those likes are valid. What you're describing is on that personable side of the, see, this is what's great because we've talked about some serious things of like what not to do in emails. I think some good examples too, without, being like, oh, Jimmy sent me this email. Now Jimmy's in my inbox of like, who are you? Who are you, Jimmy? I don't know you. And some context of like, here's some great example of what to do, but it's interesting. It's not like a systematic science of like, this is the perfect subject line. What you've distilled it down to, and I think this is where I know some very sweet songwriters that sometimes I see songwriters give up far too early because it's not happening quick enough. And what you're describing is like, no, it probably won't happen quick enough. Like, if you really want long-term, really good things to happen, it's going to take a bit. It's going to take a hot minute. But if you stay in it long-term and you stay in it long enough, good things do happen because the industry does want solid people.
Yeah.
We don't want people with regurgitated information that regurgitate to others and regurgitate. It's not beneficial.
Oh, I just remembered I remembered an email that I loved.
Okay.
A really good email
Perfect.
I got. Okay, so it was, I don't know if it will help or hurt knowing that it's not directly from a musician, but somebody from, I'll just say, cause why not? She knows I tell this story all the time, but
Okay.
Alex from Big Yellow Dog, when we were first connecting back in the day, she emailed me, I was at Warner Brothers TV, and she emailed me the EP that was still not released of Maren Morris,
Okay.
like
Ooh.
first stuff.
Yeah.
So My Church, and I don't remember what the other songs were. And the email was super short and sweet. And she said something along the lines of, I know that you can't use this for anything you're working on right now, but I feel like you will like it. So I'm sending this for you. Call me
Yeah.
after you listen. I know you're gonna like it, something like that. And it was My Church. I was like, I love this. No, you're right. I can't use this on any of the shows that I'm working on right now, but tell me more. So I called him and we've been in contact ever since. It was like an immediate, I trust your judgment and I'm always going to trust the music that you send me. And that was one of my favorite. That was a sales email. That wasn't a sales email because she didn't sell me anything. She's like, you literally can't use this, but you're going to like it as you, Jess. And I did. And now she's one of my closest friends, but that's our origin story is because of Maren Morris's EP before she was signed. Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah.
Right? Short and sweet. You can't even use this, but I know you like it. Here you go.
I also am a fan of clear direction. Maybe it's me and just like, I don't like things that like you have to read into and you have to be like, so what do you want me to do?
Right. Clarity.
What is it? Yeah, exactly. Clarity. Like if you're saying, I have this thing and I was wondering, could you help me? Oh, okay. And not like, here's the thing, longer story, ha ha ha, even more of a story. It's ha, 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 and it's just like, I am so confused on what you want me to do.
Yeah.
I don't know what it is. Yeah. Do you want me to email? Do you want me to listen? Do I send this to I'm just going to put this off to the side because I'll just put you in my spam box because I just don't know.
Who are you? Yeah.
What? Exactly. But that was just like, hey, this can't work. You're going to love it though. Let me know after you listen to it. Just give me a call and tell me what you think.
Yeah. The best sales, non-sale email.
It was a clear, just like, okay, I don't have to worry about this. I can listen in the context of just stuff I like, and then I'll give you a call afterwards.
Yeah.
Okay.
Boom, and it worked. Yeah, yeah.
Because to me,
And
that's
best
also
part is it was my church. It became a
oh,
huge hit, obviously. So,
yeah, it
you
had a
know,
huge hit.
so like I was in early because of that email.
But that to me is like that's bridge building a little bit too. That's like someone you still talk
Relationships.
to. It's just like that
Yeah,
was thinking in a grander scale where I feel like the emails we're talking about on the front half are very short-sighted and very short-sighted, self-centered, egocentric, and ill-informed.
yeah. That's
It's
why
just
I push relationships. Like it's a
yeah.
relationship. It's not about the end result because the end result could take 10 years. So relationship.
And I
And
think
people are like,
too, we're in a series right now of, again, not a bashing of AI. I have varied thoughts about AI, but I feel like the art of good relationships and the art of cultivating good relationships organically through human interaction and human dialogue and is going to be an even more valuable skill as we progress because it's gonna be like, "Oh, did you see how they approached so and so? They were so articulate. They were also very good at listening to just, like, the things that we're like, well, yeah, I
yeah,
think is gonna be even more like this refined fine wine of the future that if you just work on those things now, they're gonna serve you in the grander scheme of things."
personability. Yeah, it goes a
Oh,
really long way. The industry works on relationships, so it's worth investing your time and energy in learning those skills if you don't have them. Um,
yeah.
and if you find you really don't have them, that is the purpose of building a team around you so that they can do it for you, and you just focus on making good music. But you got to first make the good music and then the rest, you can start building the rest. So while you're still starting off, you will have to use those skills. Even to me, co-writers and stuff, you are still going to have to be personal with them and get your
Yeah,
music
yeah.
finished.
It's not gonna
So
be like, "Ah, it's just my co-writer, I can be slightly detached." No, you do. You have to present it in a way that's gonna seem engaging, so that totally makes sense. Um, Final thoughts, Jess, that a listener should have about this. Everything that we've talked about, like, the shaping of, oh, horrendous, and then, okay, that's a great way, and then to the core of it about building good relationships. I think that seems to be a big thing right there.
yeah, I think that's my final thought probably is just going to hammer down the relationships. Just be a good person, be kind, and anything you do, any type of person that you're interacting with, don't approach it with what can I get from you?
Mm,
Approach it with like, who are you? I want to get to know you. Maybe one day we can make some magic together. You know? Because you don't even know. You can meet someone and 10 years later, they're gonna come back into your life because you'll remember you met them, and you'll be like, "I remember just meeting them, and I wrote their info down, and we stayed in touch, but they didn't even do a job or in an industry that I thought I'd ever cross over with." But then boom, there you go. It's so important, the relationships, the networking, and everyone thinks you have to be in a major city to utilize that, but no, there are music pockets everywhere in the world, no matter where you are in the world. Go get involved in your little music niche, Meet those people. It's a good way to practice. Start to develop the community there and just branch out. And
I
then
love
you
that.
can go travel to a conference or something and go meet more people over there. And you'll already have those muscles worked.
I think that's the big thing. Yeah, you've actually, it's like before the marathon, just like, do some warm-up practices for a while where you're there, and so that, yeah, when you get there, it's not cold. And that does it for this week's episode. Remember, if you're new to the channel, be sure to like and subscribe. I always drop a new podcast episode every Friday at 9 a.m. Central. I'm Mike Myers. Thanks for watching.